So guys, week 2 of December 2025 is officially in the books. It's been a green week, super grateful for it. Friday contributing the most to my overall P&L. It's the best day I've had this month. So, but there are two mistakes that are still hurting me. So why don't we jump into trade review so I can explain my trades and what I mean by these two mistakes which have been lingering on for a while now. So without further ado guys, let's jump into trade review. So guys, we're in trade review. As you can see, Friday, December 12th, made about $452 before commissions, paid about $59 in commissions, and in the net P&L finished about $394 on that day. Ticker BYSI contributing most to the P&L, $354, and that's pretty much I'm trading very light, but on this particular one, I went in a bit heavy because I'll tell you why. It's biotech stock. So it popped up, sold off, and then began to creep up again. So this one here around 250 is where I took my starter, guys. And just a small note, guys, I usually criticize myself a lot in my trading, in me letting go of my emotions and really digging a big hole, yada yada. But this time, on this particular stock, so I genuinely took a small startup position and then added on the way up and covered on the sell-off here. And at this point, Interactive Brokers, I love my broker a lot, but they ran out of shares, so I'm glad I covered my position because if this thing went against me, I would have lost a decent chunk of money. So happy with that trade overall. Guess I added a bit too much in terms of shares here. I took literally, if you look at my entries and exit, 200 as my startup position. Great. Added pretty much like a lunatic, 500, 500, 500. Yeah, pretty much 3, 4. Added like 2,500 shares on that pop here. That's the 5-minute chart. But overall, no complaints. It was a decent sized trade, went in my favor. Thumbs up. But guys, now coming to my actual issues, which are hurting me because I'm leaving a lot of profit on the table, which I honestly did expect. And I'm genuinely trying to be patient with myself because I'm coming back after pretty much a 3-month break. And the break was pretty much enforced on myself. I forced it on myself because I was losing a decent chunk of money, giving back a lot of money that I made on the year in 2025. So it was only right to take that break. So I knew that there will be a lot of hesitation, a lot of situations where I will take profit very soon, and that's what's happening. But that does not mean that I do not feel frustrated at myself. Just witnessing how much I'm leaving on the table. Case in point, ticker GPCR. This happened on Monday, December 8th. A biotech stock, they had some fantastic news apparently about some clinical trials. So this stock, pre-market, I did not even touch it. This is at the open. So it went from $44 at 9:30 a.m. New York when the market opens. It touched $96 almost, or $95 almost by 10:15 a.m. And I was patient. Another positive this month is during this entire move, I was like, let's look at this on a 5-minute. I did not touch it at all. I'm like, you know what, let it do its thing. I really thought this would cross $100, but I saw some buyer exhaustion here. That's when I took the trade, guys. Again, only literally 10 shares, guys. 10 shares here. Although I knew very well at the back of my mind that I can average up a little bit if this went against me because I was in a good position and this was a bit overextended on the 5-minute chart. So overall, I was in a good position, but I just got scared. I mean, I just covered for peanuts. I mean, TraderView is obviously not mincing their words. The exit efficiency was just 11%, and I agree. I made $30, but look at the sell. I mean, just look at the pullback, guys, after that. I'm not saying that I need to pick up the top and then probably cover here. those are never my expectations, but at least take it down a full candle. I mean, just I'm talking to myself. At least take it down one candle. So you could literally make 10 points, $100 on 10 shares, guys. That would have been my biggest gain per share if I had just let it play out for another 5 minutes. And that was not the only one. NIVF, again, this was on Friday, December 12th. Same thing. Took the pop. So this was the bit jumpy. Even they had news. I forget what the news was. But again, I pick, so I don't touch it here. I let it, I even don't touch it on the pullbacks. This thing pops and I cover right here. And then it sells off. This is a 1 minute chart. That's how it looks like on the 5. I think I took, what, 50 shares? See? So overall, I've been really happy with just the shares I'm trading. And my main goal this month is to make some really good decisions that I can be proud of, and just keep my emotions in check, because my emotions have always left me with the biggest blow-ups. I mean, I've lost 30 grand back in 2023. I was still new, and I've forgiven myself for that. But what happened this year, middle of this year, there's so many times I just let myself completely loose. So this month, the focus is just making good decisions. And one important thing, I'm only focusing on short setups this entire month of December. I have not gone long on one single trade this month. Not even one starter size or even like a 10 share or a 100 share position. I have not gone long at all, because my stats tell me I have genuinely statistically proven edge to the short side. So I'm just focusing on that and just trying to rebuild confidence again. And so, yeah, I mean, I do feel frustrated, obviously, looking at, because if this went against me, I would have averaged up. I mean, truth be told, I would have averaged up probably like I did with that ticker BYSI. But when it's going in my favor, I forget about adding. I just do not let it play out for like even 5 minutes. So that was the ticker NIVF. I already made RDI. I made a full video about this I think that was my last video about this. I mean, I'll say it again. This is Bike Daddy Central. I pick up the top, guys, at 4 a.m. This is literally at 4 a.m. Cover for peanuts. But again, guys, just in my favor, it was way too early. Pre-market had just started. For all you know, this stock could have had a buyout at a very high price. So I would have gotten stuck with this position. However, it sold off, and that's another thing I've been struggling with, is when it clearly showed no intention of going over $2 again, I should have hit it again, maybe with 100 shares, because I took 500 shares and I covered right away for a $100 profit. I could have hit it again with probably 100 shares, 200 shares, and let it play out in my favor. But hindsight is 2020. Next, SNTI. So this is another thing. So hit, covered, fine. No problems whatsoever. This is my second issue, guys, that I'm really struggling with, because I've seen it pop up again in this case with SNTI. I don't know where to enter. I just keep watching it play out. And that's my second struggle. First one is obviously taking my profits too early and not letting my winners ride. But the second issue is not being able to re-enter trades again. So this pretty much popped up again. I just stayed away. Like I didn't want anything to do with it. Same thing with OCG, guys. This one was, oh my God, this one was, if you ever have heard that term, China delusion, however you want to pronounce it, dude, that's how the Chinese play sometimes. So I took this one really small, short here, added here, covered. Out of the trade, for one reason, is because I traded this at 12:47 p.m. New York time. I never traded this time. It was just by chance that I was doing some other work. Interactive Brokers was, I mean, both my scanners and my trading setup was on. So I could not ignore it. But after taking this profit, and obviously this thing went against me, so I was in the red for a bit. And for a second, I had given back my entire, that particular day, I had given back all my profits on that day. So that happened again. I did not touch it. And this thing just sold off from 20 bucks, almost 20 bucks, right down to 730. I did not touch it. RYM, same thing, guys. So this one was a little different. So with this one was super thin. This happened on Friday, December 12th. Super thin on volume, guys. That's just literally 13,000 shares. And this is during regular market hours. 13,000 shares, 27,000 shares. This is going, and this, obviously you see these blank spaces. These are the time when it was stuck in halts. And I took a starter here. Again, just 10 shares. So 10 shares, again, this thing went against me. I had given back pretty much my entire day at that point, or a decent chunk of it. But yeah, that's the little drop in my P&L. 10 shares. I added, sorry, let me just go back to the 1 minute. Yeah, so I added 20 shares here just to get my average cost higher. So it went into a halt at this point, somewhere here. And I was so scared that this thing might get into a T12 halt. For you, those who don't know, when a stock goes into a T12 halt, trading is paused indefinitely. So it's not like a circuit breaker halt. A T12 halt is when the exchange just pretty much pauses the trading on the stock, and they wait for the company to provide actual credible news that accounts for this, literally in this case, this 200% move here that happened on the stock on no news. So I was really scared. So earlier this week, ticker ATMC, I believe it was, let me just check. So this ticker ATMC, it made a move from like, I don't know, 30 bucks to 100 bucks. It got paused. And guess what happens when you're stuck? Guess what happens when you're stuck short? Your broker charges interest on a daily basis. So I was so scared that if this goes into a T12 halt, even though I don't have that large a position, but it's an expensive stock, this thing pulled back, I was out of the trade. And again, so in this case, I'm not, you know what, no love lost for myself. I think I made the right decision, although it sold off, but I did not want to do anything with it. Same thing here, guys. So back to so this one again, ZDGE. So this was an IC stock. It had earnings news. So this one again, I hit it. Sorry, I hit it. I cover really quick, momentum pullback shorts, but I don't touch it again. Just like OCG, I did not touch it again because I'm so scarred. Because I've seen it go against me, not against me in terms of while being in the trade. I just feel that it's going to make a really big move and I'm going to get stuck. Again, it's just trauma from my past mistakes where I've gotten short squeezed for holding a trade way too longer than I should. So, and same thing, I mean, it happened a few times this week. So this again, guys, short, quick, took my profit here on this stock on IMPP. I think this was midweek somewhere. No, on Monday, December 8th. So starting of the week, and I don't know what to do with it. So I let it play out. Let me put on 5 minutes. It goes. I let it play out, and I'm not even touching it, guys. So that's something I need to really improve in this coming week. So that's going to be, I probably need to just get some courage back in myself and re-enter trades with small size. So I'm not giving back too much of the profit that I made earlier on the trade, guys. I will let you know how the week goes, guys. All the best to everyone for the coming week. I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.